What's up again, everybody? It's me, I'm back. It's cold outside. I didn't feel like putting contacts on, so you got Glass's version of me today, and I want to talk about Skirmish. The Skirmish series is a series of events that Legend Story Studios is sort of putting on in conjunction with local game stores around the world, and I want to tell you why I think you should participate in a Skirmish event no matter where you are and no matter what kind of quarantine or restrictions or anything like that is in place. I think you should participate in one of these events, so I'm going to tell you why. Before we get too far into it though, hey, check it out. Look, we're like one person away from this sub goal. Literally one person clicking a red button could make that number meet the other number. So that's pretty cool. I think you guys are amazing, and I am so thankful that some of you have considered hitting the little like red button to support the channel. You guys are awesome for doing that. Once we hit 3,000 subscribers, I'm going to do some sort of a giveaway and event alongside of that to kind of celebrate that milestone, and then we'll continue on to hopefully 4,000 one day down the line. Okay, so quick kind of recap on what a skirmish event is, because I have seen some people ask, well, is this just another version of Armory events, or is this something new and separate? And the answer is it's new and separate. This is distinct from Armory events in that this is a series of tournaments that are geared towards casual play and also geared towards play facilitated over webcam. This is a series of events that are going to have their own special prizing, and they're only going to run from February 20th to April 11th of this year. Now, Armory events are more like monthly events that are prize supported through a store via the LSS team. They allow you to buy, I guess, Armory kits and then hold events to give away those Armory prizes. The Armory kits as prizes, I should say. Whereas this is going to be a little bit different. Not only is it going to be from a set period of time and then it will cease to exist until they decide to do Skirmish again, they also have specific prizing for Skirmish events that Legend Story Studios themselves are going to be mailing out directly to the people that win, which is mind-bogglingly cool. And that is one of the reasons why I think you should do this, but we'll talk about more in that later. We'll talk more about that later. So there's three formats to a skirmish event. There's in-store play blitz, so you're going to build a blitz deck and play in-store. There's in-store sealed deck, which is fantastic, by the way. If you haven't played sealed, you should. And then there's online blitz. And Legend Story Studios was very specific to say that for the countries that are still battling COVID in a very real and dangerous way, that they want to specifically focus on online blitz. So for North America, any skirmish event is going to be online, and it's going to be a blitz event format. So that's build a 40-card deck with limit two per card per name, if that makes sense, and then just go to town fighting each other over webcam. So with physical cards over webcam. In Europe and the UK, it's the same thing. It's online blitz. Again, you're building a 40-card deck, 2-card limit per name, and you're just going to fight it out over webcam. And if you're in the Asia Pacific, it says in-store blitz and sealed deck, but depending on lockdown situations, it could pivot to online as well. So you're kind of stuck with playing online with regards to like having a webcam and needing the physical cards to play, but hopefully you have that set up already. And I would highly encourage you, if you can get your hands on the means of actually playing over webcam, so if you have a webcam, if you have a computer, if you have a play mat, and if you have the cards, then I highly encourage you to do that. All of those things, like put them all together and play online anyway. Even if you're not going to participate in a skirmish event, play online anyway. It is fantastic to just play the game online. It works very easily. There's not a ton of like, I need to physically move one of your cards, and so the game works perfectly through webcam online. So you should definitely just hook yourself up with that already. Maybe I'll make a video on how to go about doing that. I kind of did like way back at the beginning of the pandemic, but maybe I'll update that just specifically for webcam play, because I think it's super important to be able to do that. And it's just wonderful to be able to like look up people on a Discord server and say, hey, let's play some blitz games real fast and just get a little bit better each time you play. Highly recommend it. So as far as prizing is concerned, you have the ability to get your hands on 8 cold foil adult hero cards. And so if you're playing in like a group of 20, then 8 people will get cold foil adult heroes, and 2 Scar for a Scar playmats. I'm gonna put it on the screen because it's absolutely fantastic looking. Scar for a Scar is already just an amazing piece of artwork, and putting it on a playmat and then putting the skirmish text on the bottom looks really, really good. That's a playmat I would love to get my hands on. I don't know if I will. Maybe I'll get lucky because I am gonna play in a skirmish event or two, but that's one that I'm like, yeah, that's a good looking one. And then also 24 head jab pop art cards, which are the cards that you found in the Ira Welcome deck, the pop art head jab, which is kind of a cool one. If you don't have your hands on a bunch of welcome decks, or you didn't get a welcome deck and can't play the head jab pop art, you might be able to get some here. So 24 of those, and it's possible that if they're hosting online events, then a store could get these and use that for the online event, or they could I guess just hold on to them and dish them out as they go. But some of these big ticket items like the cold foil heroes and the playmat, those are going to come straight from Legend Story Studios, which is really, really cool. So when you sign up for a skirmish event, you need a gem account for Flesh and Blood. So like you go onto the Fab TCG and you sign up for an account there so that you can register for the event. And if your physical address is put into that account, if you win one of these things via a skirmish event, they're just going to straight up mail it to you, which is totally unheard of. Like this is a very rare thing, and the fact that Legend Story Studios is just sitting down and saying, you know what, we're going to foot the bill for the shipping for all this. We want people to play. That's like our motto, is playing in the Flesh and Blood, and if we can't do that, we're going to play as close to that as we can. We're going to support this. That is phenomenal. That's another reason. I'm just so blown away. You should play in these events for that reason. Support this amazing plan that these people have put into place. It's just fantastic. If you're curious, like, do you need to win the whole thing to get these prizes? If you're playing in an online event, it's actually just participation that puts you in the drawing for a cold foil hero or for a Scar for a Scar playmat. So if you want to win a Scar for a Scar playmat, or if you want to get a cold foil hero, all you have to do is play in the event. Participation will give you the opportunity to be awarded one of those prizes at the end of the tournament. So just participating in one of these events allows you to possibly win a Scar for a Scar playmat, which also means you should play the most fun, janky deck that you can think of. Okay, you should do that, because winning doesn't get you more points like towards possibly getting one of these prizes. So you should just get something together and have a really good time, and have other people have a really good time as well. So everyone bust out your Kavdayan deck and just give each other health. That's what should happen here. So I've already touched on this, but why should you even consider playing in these events? Well, one, Legend Story Studios is going out on a limb saying if you choose to play in this and if you win one of these participation prizes, we, Legend Story Studios, will pay to send you prizes. That in and of itself should be like, yeah, I should consider supporting this company, I should consider supporting this game, and I should just play this game, not just because it's enjoyable, but because this company's doing something that's trying to bring people together. That's amazing. But also, if you play in this event, sometimes, or depending on what event you're playing in, there may be like a small entry fee charge to play in this. That entry fee is going to the LGS that's hosting the event. Okay, so in another way, not just supporting the company, you're also supporting the LGS that you're playing through, I guess is the best way to say it. So you should 100% support the LGSs that are around you hosting these events. And if you're not sure where these events are being held or who's hosting them, head on over to the Fab TCG. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Organized Play Skirmish page, and they have a map that's got all the skirmish events that are being hosted, and they have an event list that you can click as well that'll tell you when and where. Now, as far as details for those events are concerned, you may have to just straight up check with the LGS to see what their plans are. But if you're curious as to which one I might be playing in, Deck Edge, if you don't know Deck Edge, they support this channel, and I support them because they're amazing. Deck Edge is hosting his own, or their own, skirmish event, and I'm going to be playing in that one. So if you want information for that, head on over to the Deck Edge Discord, which I'll try to put a link in the description if I remember it, and maybe you can play along with us in that. Now, I may just have overloaded his ability to host a tournament. It might be like 100 people now, but I doubt it. Hopefully it's like a nice big number and we can all have a good time. I'm trying to actually come up with a deck idea for the skirmish event, for his skirmish event. If you have an idea of what I should play, let me know in a comment below. I've played Kasai before. I've played actually just a lot of different Blitz decks. I put together last night a Rhinar Blitz deck. So if you have an idea of what I should play, I may just take the best suggestion in the comments below and literally just play whatever you guys say. Maybe the most liked comment down below will be what I play. So if you want to tell me what deck I should play in this skirmish event for Deck Edge, put a comment down below. The one with the most likes, maybe that'll be what I end up playing. That could end up being horrible for me, actually. I could just end up playing like the worst deck possible. I don't know, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys, and I think that would be insane. That'd be so much fun. So play in these kinds of events. Support the LGS that's around you. Support LSS for doing something absolutely wonderful. And the last thing you should think about, if you play this game, if you play in these tournaments, if you play in these events, that means more people will see this happening. More people will see that these events fire. They'll see, oh, there's 20 players playing in this, and it's still online, and they're still in quarantine. Maybe this game isn't just about collecting and investing. Maybe it's also about play. And I think being able to sort of slowly change that stigma of Flesh and Blood's only about collecting and investing to an idea of like Flesh and Blood can be played just as much as it can be collected, and just as much as it can be invested in, is a huge, huge thing. Because I've seen so many comments like, well, this game seems cool, but I don't think anybody plays it. And that's just not true at all. That's not true. And we can play this over webcam just as easily as so many other games. So let's show people how fun it is to play by hosting these wonderful events that are supported by local game stores and by LGSs. So that's my thing. That's my spiel. That's how I feel about skirmish series in general. I think it's a wonderful idea. I absolutely love it. I would be more than happy to pay an entry fee just to hang out and play this game with you guys. So let me know what you think about this in a comment below. Let me know what deck I should play in the Deck Edge Blitz like tournament in a comment below. And as always, everybody, thanks for watching.